Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Midnight Miners channel. In today's episode, I wanted to talk to you about a plan that I've been having for a while, and I think that today will be the day when I'm actually going to try and make that happen. So, what's going to happen is I have two frames over here that I built myself. This one has 4 cards on it, this one has 8 cards on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this frame apart. I'm going to build on top of this one, basically stack it up and have the ability of putting 16 GPUs on this frame. But in my situation, since I have 8 cards there and 4 cards over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 4 and add them to this rig, which I will try to turn this one into 12 GPU rig. Let me turn this off, maybe that's better. So this one's going to end up having 12 GPUs on it, which shall be fun. First of all, because of trying to make this work over here and handling the heat, but second of all is the motherboard that I'm using. I am using the ASUS Prime Z390-P, and everybody that has one knows that you're able to use to put in 6 GPUs on this. Currently I have 8 on this one. So what I'm trying to do is see if I can make it happen with 12 on one motherboard like that. I'm gonna have to add another server power supply, which I'll probably take that one from there and add it here and build this whole thing up where it's a little taller, but it's all in one. It takes a little less space on this bench that I have. And then what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on putting this under a let's call it grow tent. It isn't really a grow tent. It's basically a box that I made out of let me see if I can show you this. It's a box that I made out of styrofoam insulation. The R5. You can buy the insulation over at Home Depot. I've had some laying around, and then I had to buy the 2 fans because I don't think 1 fan will actually do it. So 2 fans were going to be on this with everything else running. I'm actually thinking maybe, just to make it easier, hook it straight into my dryer exhaust, or take it out to a window and just exhaust it that way. But we'll see that. That's going to be later on. But basically what I'm trying to do is turn this one into one rig, and then this rig will actually fit in here, and that's the reason why I built it this way. These are the measurements that I have. They're based off of what that rig will be, well, the dimensions of it, the height and everything else. So let me try to shut everything down, and we'll start building it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is turn this off, turn it off from here too. This whole rig is off completely. This one is off too. Okay, so let's get this one started. It will not look pretty, but for right now we'll have to do, I'm gonna have to work on building a different type of frame to maybe have 12 GPUs on, as opposed to the one that I made. It was made for 8, and yeah, so let's get this started. Next time you'll see this, it will be all built. So let's get to it. All right, so far this is where we at, guys. Took that frame apart. As you can see here, it ends right here. I just undid it from the bottom and basically stacked it on top of this, screwed it back in, and it's doubled up. So now I can actually run all the wires and all the cables and everything through, trying to, maybe I'll rearrange this and see how I can put them on because I got a mixture of cards and I would like to have them in order, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so far this is what we got going on. Now I got to deal with this one, taking this off. That motherboard I'm going to put back in a box. I actually need the processor and the cooler off of that for another build that I'm doing. I have all the wiring. That's going to go back in a box because I don't need it. So basically I just eliminated one power supply and a motherboard with this. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, so I managed to do some of the wires and cables and all this. It's not as pretty as I would like it, or as tight as I would like it to be, but for right now it would have to do. So this is what it looks on the back side. Out of the two power supplies, I know it's a disaster. Maybe I'll just hook this one up to the top so it's out of the way and we can see through. But over here, yeah, it is a complete rat's nest in here. But it's as best as I'm gonna get it right now. I'm just beat. I can't. I'm done with it. It'll have to do for now. I have a feeling that this is going to be redone soon anyway, so for right now it should work. Yeah, next thing is I have to get this guy in order to be able to run for 12 GPUs. I'm gonna put this in, plug those two in. I'm gonna hook the power, the internet, and everything else in, and then I will start it back up, and we shall see if this motherboard will actually run 12 GPUs and if we're going to be efficient with it. So I'll be back in a bit. I just figured I'll give you a little bit of an update. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so we have the finished product over here. I moved everything in place because I'm going to end up putting this over it and hooking up the fan so I can vent everything out. So this is the back side of it. This is how it's going to look. Right now we got 12 GPUs sitting on this frame over here. This is what I did with, in order to get the last two. I have one of these 1 to 4 Pcie splitters. I have one in here, and then I have the second one here, and the rest of them are plugged in. I also am using the M.2 Pcie adapter in the back. Let's see if I can get a better view. It is in there. So we got 12 cards hooked up in here. I haven't started this yet, so we're gonna try it now and see if it actually sees all the cards and if we are able to mine with this. So give me 1 second. Turn this on if I can find it. There it is. It's one, and that would be the second one. It looks like we have power to all of them so far. So we are going to start this up. And it is on. Okay. I'm going to get on the computer and see if we can hook this one up and see what we can do. I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, a little bit of an update on this. I am not able to run 12 GPUs on the ASUS Prime Z390-P. Max I can use on it is 11. I tried multiple ways of having the cards connected into the motherboard with the splitter, the 4-to-1 splitter, adding another one to it, and it just wouldn't turn on. So sorry, I just turned it off. I want to see something. it's been acting up a little bit. So, but with 11 GPUs, it will turn on, it will work, it will see all the GPUs, everything's fine. The only thing I had to add was another M.2. I actually have another slot for an M.2 over there, but I don't have one that is that short. So if I would be able to find another one that would be shorter, I might be able to try it that way. I might order one and put it in later on, but for right now, this motherboard would definitely take 11 GPUs. Even with 2 of these splitters, as long as you add up out of all the slots 11 GPUs, it will work. I tried other things to make him work, to get another one in it, and it didn't. So I ended up having to pull my 1060 out, which is the lowest one in the whole rig. I'm going to probably put it in one of the computers and just have it mined that way. I might switch it over to ETC, as I have a R9 380 4GB card, so I'll just probably put those two together on ETC and just mine that for right now. I will try to get a smaller M.2 to PCIe adapter, maybe a shorter one, and try to put it in the last slot that I have there, and then try to add the GPU to it. But as of right now, I don't have it, so I'm going to just give up on it for right now. I think I've done as much as I could. All is left for me to do right now is probably jump on the computer and set the flight sheet and get them mining. That's the only thing that's left to do right now. After this, I'm probably going to put that box on it and then just build the exhaust to get all the hot air out of my basement. But for right now, that would be everything, guys. Let me show you. It does show up. It does show up in here, so you can count the GPUs. There's 11 of them. I cannot get the 12th one to work. So for right now, I'm going to set the flight sheet, and that would be everything. Like always, guys, thank you so much for just being here with me and watching this video as I'm still trying to learn all this. I will